identify positive or negative intervals where is x squared minus 9 positive, and on what intervals is the function negative? All right, so for these, it's all about figuring out what the x-intercepts are. So let's do that first. It looks like the x-intercepts, and I'm going to use green here, are at 3, 0, and at negative 3, 0. They want intervals, so we're going to think about interval notation in the same way we used interval notation for domain and range. We're going to give our answer in that interval notation format. All right. So when is this parabola x squared by 9 positive? For that, you want to think above x axis, this being our boundary. All right. And then on what intervals is the function negative? And that's going to be below x axis. And the book already has that color coded for you. So I'm going to change that to blue, because blue is where the parabola is above the x-axis. So there are two occasions where the function is positive. That blue part of the curve and that blue part of the curve. The cutoff is the point 3, 0. So I'm going to say the function is positive when? Well, I think it's from the x value 3 until infinity. Starting with 3, actually, let me rephrase that, just above the 3, and as I go to the right, this function will stay in the positive region of the coordinate plane forever. It will never come back down. So from 3 until infinity. And I think it also happens from negative infinity to negative 3. And I'm going to write it in that order, to negative 3. And I'm using parentheses there. And I want you to be sure you understand, these are not ordered pairs. These are intervals. From 3 until infinity, from 3 until infinity, the graph stays positive. And same from negative infinity to negative 3. The reason that I use these parentheses and not brackets is because at that x value, it's not positive or negative. It's 0. The function or the y value is 0 now. So if you use brackets on this, that purple will disappear. That would be incorrect, and you would lose the point. All right? Let me go ahead and do negative. Then we'll pause the video, and I'll answer any questions you have. All right? Negative. When is this function negative? Well, I'm going to write it out in interval notation. I think it's the red portion of the graph. And let me clarify. What it's asking you when it says, when is the function negative? It wants to know when, for what x's, x values, let's say, are the y values negative. All right? For what x values are the y values negative? I think y is negative down here, definitely, because we're under the green line, until we get back to the green line. So I think y is negative when x runs from negative 3 to 3. This is an interval, not an ordered pair. This is an interval, not an ordered pair. Remember, you have to realize what context you're in. And we're talking about intervals, domains. And actually, that's what this is. This is the domain of the function where the function is negative, between negative 3 and positive 3. We're under the green line. Again, do not use square brackets, because at those x values, it's neither positive nor negative, it's